All right, let's start on our hands and knees. Round your spine, chin to the chest, and then melt the belly down. Gaze up. Again, round your spine, space between your shoulder blades, and then arch the back. Keep pressing down into the mat, and then arch, opening up the sits bones and chest. Good, keep doing this. Round your back even more. And then come to a flat back. Extend one leg back, opposite arm reaches, lift both up, and then find balance. Make sure your hip is turning down, you're pulling your navel in nice and tight, and you're stretching your back. Take it down, round your spine, press down into the mat, head's nice and heavy, and then come to a flat back. Opposite leg, opposite arm reaches, and then lift up, hold it there. Keep pressing the hip down, pulling your navel tight, reaching through your heel, through your fingertips, and then slowly come down. Again, rounding the spine, press them out away, flat back, and then sit your hips back onto your heels, chest comes down to the ground, reaching your arms long in a child's pose. Roll on up, the head's up last, and then we're going to swing those legs around. So we're going to bend at the knees, feet are planted on the mat, reach your arms in front, tilt your pelvis, slowly make your way down to the mat with control, and then the arms press down. You can open them a little bit wider. Slide your heels in, shift your knees to one side. You're going to glance over the opposite shoulder, and then come to center, and then change. Knees change. Feel your ribs, your lower back, your hip, touch the mat, and then change. Try to keep your knees stacked. Let them fall however they fall naturally. Keep stretching out your arms, stretching your neck, your torso. Good, and again. Come back to center. We're going to take ourselves, we're going to lie on the hips, so we're going to turn to face each other. Hands behind the head, interlace them, and then bring your elbows to meet. So it's like you're closing the book. You're slowly going to open the book. Gaze follows the elbow, and you're going to open up your chest, twisting from your thoracic spine, and then you're going to rotate, bring elbow to elbow, and close the book. Again, your hips are still, so you just want to feel your ribs wrap, and then close. Again, try not to force anything in the upper body. Let the elbow drop to however far it wants to go. Good. We're going to push ourselves up. We're going to swing those legs around and come to the opposite side. Again, hands behind the head. We're going to close the book and then open it. Good. Again, close it. I'm going to see my dog walk through the frame and then open it up. Again, we're closing, spiraling, ribs rotate. Hold it there. And then open up and push yourself back up. And let's swing those legs around. From here, we're going to make our way back down to the mat. Feet and knees are hip distance apart. Tilt your pelvis, lift your hips all the way up, shoulder bridge, and then slowly roll down through the spine, reaching through your fingertips. Again, tilt your pelvis, slowly lift those hips up. Weights on your shoulders, never the neck, and then down. Again, lift the hips up, pause at the top, reach your arms back, they hover the mat, and then slowly roll down through the spine as you reach through your fingertips. And then your arms are going to come down, your chest is going to lift, and then you lower back down with control. Again, lift the hips up, keep stretching through those fingertips, roll down through the spine, hips come down, you lift up, gaze into your belly, and then make your way down with control. Again, hips lift, roll, articulating through the spine, arms come down, chest lifts, gaze into your navel, and then lower with control. From here, just rock your knees from side to side. Then you're going to bring your feet and knees together. So they're glued together, arms open just a bit. One knee fans open. You're almost rolling on the outside of the foot. And then bring the knee back in and change. So you're working on hip rotation. What I want you to be mindful of is as when you open that knee up, the opposite knee stays still. Again, fan it open, pushing the opposite hip down to the mat. Keep pressing your hands and your forearms and your triceps down to the mat. And continue. Now bring it together and pause. Extend your leg out, the knees still connect. You're going to lower, you're going to lift the leg, open it around, drawing a circle from your hip. So again, as you're moving from the hip, you want to keep your opposite knee nice and still. It almost kind of creates like a capital D rather than a circle. Good, extend your leg out. And now big circles. We cross the midline first for 5, down and around for 4, right foot super flexed for 3. Good, and 2. Last one, take it to the top. And then away from the body we go for 5 and 4, working the mobility of the hip now. And 2. Good, last one. And then bring it in. Pull the knee into the chest. Both knees come in. You're going to extend your legs out, hamstring stretch, pulling the thigh close to the chest. Bend your knees, you contract. Push your heel out, reach your heel up. And then again, create this tight ball shape with your body. Then lengthen the body back out. Hold it. And now let's change. So we're going to bend at the knees again. Adjust the back. Opposite leg, we're going to lift it back up. And again, going down and around, creating that capital D shape with our leg. And try to keep your pelvis as still as possible. So when you open the leg out, the left side of the body is nice and still. Good. Keep going here. And extend your leg. Here you go. Big circles for 5. And then pause. Down and around for 4. Good. Keeping your pelvis nice and still. Hip anchors down as you reach through your toes. Good. And here we are. Reverse the circle. Opening the leg wide, keeping your hip nice and still. 3 more here. And then 2. Good. Last one. Stay at the top. We're going to flex. Bend both knees. Round up. Extend both legs. Hamstring stretch. Bend both knees, contract, pull in, reach the heels away from the body. Good, and then one more time. Big stretch, hold it, give it a little pull, and then release. Shake and bake the legs. And then we're going to roll onto our stomach, working on extension. So take your hands underneath your shoulders. Your feet are going to be, or your legs are going to be hip distance apart. Hips press down, hands and chest lift off the mat. Hands press down, chest lifts a little bit higher. Hands float, hold 3, 2, and then down. Hands and chest, half an inch first. Hands press down, lift your chest up. Float, hold 3, 2, and then lower. Last time, hands and chest come up. Press up. Pause here, float. Now, bring your hands down, lift your chest up even higher now. We're going to gaze to one side, come to center, gaze and change, and then lower back down. So we're going to come back down to our stomach. We're going to bring our legs together, forearms parallel to each other, kick your bottom twice, and then change. So here we go. You're kicking your bottom, reaching your leg nice and long to the edge of the mat. Try to press down your forearms into the mat so the shoulders are away from the ears. You continue to gaze forward, stretching and strengthening the back of the legs. Now come down, bend one knee, extend your arm, push your foot into your hand, and slowly lift your thigh off the mat, getting a nice stretch for your quad. Bring it down, and then change. Knee bends, grab your foot, press your foot into your hands, float your thigh off the mat. And then lower down, bend both knees, both feet press into your hands, thighs and chest release from the mat, and then lower back down. From here, hands underneath your shoulders, curl your toes underneath you, pop up into a high plank, and pause here, lift your hips up and back, heels draw down, lift, tuck, and roll back into plank. So hips go up, heels go down, heels lift, tuck your pelvis, roll through the spine, press in between those shoulders. Hips go up, heels go down, lift, and then roll. Good. From here, lift your hips up and back, reach your heels down, bend at the knees, untuck the toes, slowly walk those hands closer to your thighs, use your core to roll on up, and the heads up last. You guys are all set. Thank you so much.